Welcome to BumbleKast Live. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the BumbleKing, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Kraus.
Oh, we're live again. It's this live thing. This is
Yep, yep,
this
yep.
is scary. Can't edit out all our mistakes and all the other things that we've done that are
Well,
horrible.
people listen to the 30 minutes to an hour of mistake we do every day, so,
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, it's true. I don't know why.
folks find this entertaining, and I am not going to debate that. Big thank you to Jennifer R. and Professor Rye for helping the show move along and be even as remotely functional as it is. If
Yes.
you are new to the show, please keep yourself to one question at a time. Don't ask another one until you have been answered. We will get through as many as possible, and we will try to do all super chats for surezies tonight. But sometimes you guys are like crazy generous and we run out of time. So any super chats we don't address tonight will be rolled over into the next available priority Q&A episode. Kyle, have I forgotten anything?
No, I don't think so. But I will say that if the standard questions are currently being copied over, they are not being copied over into the sheet that I'm currently looking at. So,
I'm in the template.
yeah.
Cool.
Oops. Just saying. Just want to let you know.
Done. Fixed.
Okay, there they are. I'm like, there's nothing showing up. It's blank over here. We got the super chat showing up, but standard questions, they aren't showing. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, we got it. We're good. So, holy crap, these super chats are flowing in like water, Ian. What do we do? I guess we answer them.
We
Let's
drink deep.
Yes.
We are revitalized by the waters of generosity.
Yes, let's just answer them. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's start off with this super chat from the Phantomist. Thank you so much, everybody, for sending in super chats. You guys are incredible. Zavik versus Jumbo Josh. Who wins?
Who is Jumbo Josh?
I have no idea.
Let me Google that.
Am I supposed to know?
Oh, Jesus. What is this thing?
Also, apparently, Phantomist cheated and sent his super chat slightly early, just before we started. You know what? He gave us money, so I'll allow it. What is Jumbo Josh?
What is this thing?
What is Jumbo Josh? Well, how? Oh, that guy. Well, that
Garten
guy.
of Banban. What is this?
Go-
What's this?
This must be some
tense and
kind
I'm
of
afraid.
Okay, it's some kind of Roblox thing. Wow. Okay.
Oh, these are horrifying. I dislike immensely. No, okay. This one goes to Zavok, just because I don't like this thing. Zavok, kill it with fire.
Wow. You like something less than or you dislike something more than Zavik?
Look, Zavok can be fun because I will always fall for the elegant monster trope. That thing, that's creepypasta. I don't like it. Zavok, kill it.
No,
Kill it.
Do not want, huh? Okay. Okay, here's one from Hero Squad. Oh, this one is being requested to keep that one for the end, so we'll skip that one for now. All right, Might of Gabura. In the Japanese sub of Tales Tube number 4, Tales says, in the multiverse, anything goes, and Toyota believes Sonic's world is the one that can accept everything and anything and can be in it and is accepting of all. So, of it all, right? Yes, no, maybe.
Sure.
Here's one from Frost the Hubbardon. Just for fun, how would Team Dark react to the Fleetway Sonic the Comic universe? I can see Fleetway Sonic call Shadow a clone by Dr. Robotnik out of anger and Short Fuse's rivalry towards Omega to be funny.
Mainline Team Dark, Shadow just wouldn't care. It's another Sonic. So what? He's annoying, if possibly even more annoying than the other one. but he's still the ultimate life form. He's still going to surpass him. So what does it matter? Rouge would be enticed by the idea of, what new and amazing things she can steal, borrow, appreciate. What special MacGuffins do you have in this dimension? And yeah, Short Fuse and Omega kind of just stepping on each other's toes, seeing who can destroy more Robotnik stuff than the other guy. I mean, that's a mini series at least by itself.
Nice. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to some standard questions because we got a lot already piling up there. There's 50 on the list, and there's probably a lot more than that in waiting. So let's go. That cartoonist guy has a question. You both fall into a Fraggle hole and find yourselves before the all-knowing, all-seeing trash heap. What questions would you each ask the Odiferous Oracle?
Oh my goodness, because the Madam Trash Heap sees all, knows all. Yeah. I would be spoiled for choice. The wisdom of the ages right there.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I've completely and utterly missed out on Fraggle Rock. Like, I know very slightly. I know. Here's the thing: grew up without cable, so missed all that stuff.
That's not judgmental. Oh, that's sympathetic. Oh,
well, I mean, I could have gone back. I've had many years since, but still.
Yes, Kyle. Consume all the media from the 70s to today.
Well, that's what's expected of me, so I guess I have to.
I would challenge Madam Trash Heap's knowledge and ask her if she knew where Uncle Traveling Matt was right now.
Well, okay. I don't know what I would ask because I don't know what I should ask.
And she would probably be thoughtful for a second and go, Traveling Matt is where he wants to be. The great trash heap is spoken.
Well then. Here's one from Vixers. Who in the vast amount of Sonic characters, IDW included, would sing sea shanties? What would they be? And will Marine know what to do with a drunken sailor? This is like 4 questions.
Marine invents new lyrics to What Do You Do with a Drunken Sailor? She could sail the planet full, both of them, and not repeat a single stanza. She knows them all. I could see Knuckles being one for sea shanties.
I mean,
honestly, I think it's more of a question who wouldn't be one for sea shanties.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Omega. Maybe Rouge likes them in principle, but she's not going to start, belting out songs when you're out on the water to draw attention to yourself. That's how you get sunk. Here, let me give away my position while also distracting myself. No. She's more practical than that.
Yeah.
Whisperer isn't really a singer. She doesn't want to sing. She'll hum. She'll hum along. But everybody else, I think, would be pretty much on board. Pun intended. Absolutely pun intended.
Okay, good. Otherwise, I'm going to make you walk the plank. Here's a question from Ellie. In issue 37, the mechanic mentions working on a Donpa sedan. Does this mean Dodonpa is supplying the restoration with vehicles?
Maybe. I mean, Team Sonic Racing said that Dodonpa Motors is renowned, so they must have stuff on Earth, and I guess either Dodonpa is supplying or the mechanic just happened to have access to one.
Maybe they're sourcing Dodonpa vehicles. Who knows? Here's a question from Vlad C. Why was the Sonic Lore Team initiative formed in America? How come something like that isn't in Japan directly within Sonic Team? It sometimes feels like there's a layer of disconnect.
I can't say what the structure is in Japan personally because I'm not part of the Japanese branch.
All right. Yeah, all right. Here's one from Uncle Venus's media reviews. So, either of you wake up in the middle of the night to your Bumble co-host standing there like, "Hey, can I sleep in your bed tonight? I had a bad dream." How do you respond?
Kyle, get back in your bunk for pity's sake. It's a big Bumble compound. There's like 100 other bunks. Just come on.
It's okay, Ian. You can sleep on the floor.
The most bottom of bunks.
Here's one from DDR Master M. Sonic and Tangle body swap. What hijinks ensue? I don't know if much would change.
There would be chaos because Sonic now has a new mode
Yeah.
of transportation. He has a whole new kit of maneuverability, and he is going to explore it to his heart's content.
He's
And
also
he's going to
slower,
be-
though.
He is slower, but he can slingshot himself, and that's fun.
Well, that's true. Okay.
So he's going to be slightly more prone to running into things than Tangle already is. Tangle, meanwhile, is Gaga. She gets to be Sonic Fast. Oh boy!
Oh,
And
no.
so she proceeds to, take it out for a spin.
Oh, boy.
She's not very good at it.
Oh,
Get out the way.
Oh, no. Stop. 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 Here's a question from Syed C. So, say Sonic got to spend time as King Arthur before leaving Camelot. How does Sonic handling the day-to-day stuff of being King Arthur go? Is he a surprisingly successful king?
I can't see him being remotely competent in a managerial role.
I think
let
he
alone
would just be like, yeah,
reign
whatever,
monarch.
do whatever you want. I don't care.
So, Caliburn, how did things go before I got here? And before things got all crazy evil? Can we just do that again? Yeah, cool. All right.
Well, all right. Here's Skulkbane. Thoughts on Mary Sue? Real thing or cheap shot fans use on oh no. The stream come back. Please stream. Please stream. Don't do this to me. Please come back. Okay, I think that might be there. Okay, I think we're okay. I think he came back. Metal Skulkbane has a question. Thoughts on Mary Sue? Real thing or cheap shot fans use on disliked characters? If you're uncomfortable using Sonic examples, there's Ray Palpatine, that chick from Ring of Power, Batman, etc.
Yeah, Mary Sue, Gary Stu is a thing, but folks have their cursory understanding of it as a trope and then use it as a bludgeon to critique, and I use the word liberally, whatever they don't like. So just because there are folks who vocally misuse the concept doesn't mean it isn't valid.
Mm-hmm. Here's one from the Saxon. All right, that's a wait. How did you escape? Sega, he's loose. You're going back to the writer mines. I don't know if this is a question. Is this a question?
I don't know, but we don't need anyone signaling that I've escaped from the writer mines. Keep going.
All right, here's one from Booper Snooter. The BEM deroboticizing the Robians was anticlimactic. So once Eggman started legionizing people, did you have an idea for how legionized Mobians could be freed?
Nope. They wouldn't be. It's a one-stop shop.
They would be freed
It was going to be something they
by exploding.
it was going to be, that's how they live now.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Very cool. So hold on. I'm being told we're caught up on questions. What? What are you guys doing? Come on. Come on, chop chop. Here we go.
I'm not complaining.
Oh, I am. All right. Let's switch over to some super chats. This one's from Supersonic Fan. How do Rough and Tumble celebrate their birthdays? Do they even know when their birthdays are?
I think, you know what? Neither of them knows what their real birthday is. They just know a date that they assume is a birthday. And so first they have the birthday fight to decide whose birthday it's actually going to be that they're going to celebrate. So, whoever wins, it's their birthday that year. The other guy doesn't get to be older until the next year. And then they celebrate. They go out in the town. They steal the finest cake. They crash the best party. They take that thing that they really, really wanted. They just have themselves a grand old time.
All right. Sounds good to me. Here's one from Hero Squad. Try not to laugh challenge. Make the other laugh.
All right, Kyle, go for it.
No, you first.
Me first?
You first.
Poppy.
Damn it. Of course.
Flawless victory.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I'm very easy. Hold on. Someone's coming over here.
Hey guys, what do you call a
Hi, Jen.
fish with no eye?
A fish with no eye.
Yes, I made Kyle laugh.
A fish. A fish.
Ah, fish. Gotcha.
A fish. Yes, a fish.
Valiant attempt, but no dice.
Ian is not laughing. I snickered. I lost. Okay, Scurvy Pirate Dog has a question. It's a science fair with modern Sat AM Boom and movie Eggman. What are their inventions and who wins?
We have modern, Sat AM, Boom, and movie Eggman.
Correct.
All right. Modern Eggman has some kind of exorbitantly large and expensive multiphasal dimensional thing that takes too long to explain. It takes up half the venue, and he's just styling. Sat AM has a very innocuous false volcano, except it actually somehow does generate lava and would be a danger and a hazard to everyone. Boom Eggman just has the regular false volcano, and he's feeling kind of out of place. And Movie Eggman has the same interdimensional quasi-planar whatever thing that Modern Eggman made, but it's much more compact and streamlined. And they are currently kind of just yelling at each other from across the room, saying, mine, shows off the power. It actually has presence. Presence is not anything. It's just taking up space. Mine is compact. Mine is efficient. What is efficiency without grandeur? And meanwhile, Boom Eggman says, does anybody have any baking soda? I forgot some.
Oh, poor Boom Eggman. He's my favorite. He gets my pity vote. Lord Van Oscaro has a super chat. Whisper becomes the chosen avatar of Amaterasu Okami, gaining her celestial brush techniques and solar fusion powers. How doomed is Mimic or any of the villains now that Whisper has Ami's powers?
No, super doomed. Come on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, imagine the variable Wispon, but now with like that ink brush end to it. So she is like tactically either swiping or shooting drawings of great divine power. Nah, they they
Hmm.
don't stand a chance.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Here's one from Chocolate Watermelon 28. Pre SGW, Archie Sonic had intense moments like dragging Silver across and snapping at him, or the you better hope you can run faster than me threat. Could game slash IDW Sonic be pushed to that level?
Uh, Given some of the lines and forces, you could argue he has been kind of to that edge. With those specific examples, Sonic was at like his absolute peak. Like he had been pushed to the very, very edge with just repeated uh instances to really just wear him down. Modern Sonic doesn't typically have those scenarios, and he's generally uh better at rolling with the punches. But I'm sure there's some scenario somewhere where he would just kind of go shift gears into serious mode.
This is peak Sonic we're talking about here. That's right. He's peak. Next question is from Hero Squad. Since you wrote the Silver Saga in the pre-boot, I have a question about the prelates. Were they inspired by the metal skin feature like the Zombots?
Ah, were they? I don't think so.
They inspired by
I,
T1000?
I'm trying to remember. It might have just been Tron.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Did that come out around the same time?
What, Tron Legacy, you mean? The
No.
movie
The
or the original?
oh yeah, the sequel movie.
Yeah, that's Legacy. It was 2010. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, probably. Yeah.
Just I really liked that extremely minimalistic style and the big punctuated colors. And it's like the Sonic characters are already fairly simple and
Mm-hmm.
punctuated by colors. So can you dial that back and do something cool? And I think that was the inspiration. It may also have been the Heroes thing, from what I don't recall.
Mm. I mean, I love that movie style. As a movie, it's like it's not great, but just
There are worse.
everything about it, the way it looks and everything, is like, all right, yeah, I'm into this. It's a lovely movie.
It's
But
visually, it's fantastic because it looks like how you remember the first movie looking.
versus how it actually looks when you go back and watch it now, you're like, oh,
Yeah. You
wait
go
a
back and you're like, ooh, I gave this a lot more credit.
well, I mean, it was 1982, to be fair.
I'm throwing no shade. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, I guess the good thing about Tron Legacy is that it is a great Daft Punk music video.
And it's another excuse to watch Jeff Bridges. So really, it's win-win-win.
That was that weird. The first movie I could think of with that de-aging tech that's kind of frightening and off-putting. But at least in that case, it kind of made sense because it was a digital world. So the fact that it looked kind of off was like, okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Still, a little weird. Anyway, here's one from JJ Slider. If superforms always have a consistent power level, does that mean every entity that's fought / has a superform are all on the same level, including ones like Perfect Chaos and Super Metal who were damaged by their base forms? There's no consistency in Sonic.
Trying to figure out how the power level math is working here. One thing to take into account too is there is an issue of power and then there's an issue of technique. One could be technically more powerful, but they lose because they don't have the finesse. and somebody's able to just outperform them with inferior power. So there's some wiggle room there.
Inferior power. Okay. And here's one from Stephen A. What's the funniest comic book you've read? The one that's made you laugh out loud.
What was it? Hold on. Let me see if I can find this real quick. I want to get the title right.
All right. Better hurry.
I know, but this is the
I'm
live.
joking.
This is what comes with live.
I know, I'm joking.
Okay. Chat, help me out. Who was that? What was the name of the Sonic artist? Penciler, specifically. Like, post Sonic 50, that had the very anime style. Was it James Fry? Okay. Oh, Google is failing me. Okay, well, it was a one-shot comic with James Fry, and I forget who else was on the creative team, and it starred a talking super gorilla. I can't remember if it was called like Super Ape or something like that, but he was your kind of traditional Star Spangled superhero, having taken on the mantle from your Superman, Captain America type. And he was just a talking gorilla with superpowers. And he ends up spending the whole issue fighting an evil mime who pantomimes all sorts of stuff like rocket launchers and getaway cars and whatnot. And then at the very end, when he finally manages to defeat him and the police are dragging the mime away, somebody says, "But Super Ape, the bank heists, all the terrorism, what was he after? What did he want?" And there's this one dramatic panel where Super Ape looks at the reader and says, "I don't know. He didn't say." The entire premise is a setup for that joke, and it freaking kills me.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I mean, there is the whole issue is that level of humor throughout. It's a great read. I wish I remembered what it was called. My Google foo was weak.
Gorilla My Dreams? Or is it something else? Maybe. I don't know. All right, let's switch over to some standard questions for a bit, starting with this one from S. Shining. In the Adventure Era plus 06, it is stated the ultimate power of the Emeralds is to convert the amount of emotions / wishes / thoughts of others plus the user into power. Why hasn't Sonic used it much since 06?
Has felt the need to, I guess.
Oh. Here's one from Michael. Eggman has decided to use his sonic know-how in the Ancient's tech to create the ultimate anti-sonic weapon, a girl he can't resist. What is made and how does it go? No actual romance required. So breezy?
I was going to say, is this just an excuse to bring in modern breezy?
I suppose. How does it go? I mean, I don't know.
Sonic is unflappably cool, so he's not going to like lose his chill around her. He's just going to be like, "Hey, what's up?" and just kind of roll with it. And if she plays hard to get or is trying to lure him into a trap, very Delilah tropey style, then I think he'd see around it, but he would still work with the premise, like, you know, set off said trap, but then immediately escape because he saw it coming a mile away.
Yeah.
Like, if we have to go through these hoops, at least let Sonic not be stupid about it. you know?
Yeah, yeah. All right, here's one from Zassos. Was Shadow's design was Shadow designed to be able to have kids? And will he ever have a family one day? And if you could choose, would you make him have a wife and kids or not? I, I don't think he would, even if he could.
Well, it brings up a question that I don't think will ever be addressed, but did Gerald make him reproducible as
Well,
the ultimate life form? Can he like do parthenogenesis and just bud off another shadow? Can he give as well as receive?
What?
I don't. I mean, the black arms are some kind of weird hive mind, just pod people thing.
Ian, this is a
I don't
family
know.
show.
We're talking science fiction, Kyle.
Oh no. Oh no.
But
I mean, hedgehogs lay eggs, I guess. So.
Sonic, come see my beautiful family. Those are sea monkeys. I love them all. Achoo, there's 3 more. As for having him settle down and become a proud papa, I don't know.
Okay, hedgehogs
I
do
see
not
him
lay
as
eggs. Okay, echidnas do. Okay, all right, whatever.
I thought you were just being silly.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you what people are saying to me. I don't know what's going on. I'm just here.
I see Shadow as like the eternal loner, the wandering vagabond, the restless samurai forever on the road searching for challenge. I don't see him kind of sharing his life that intimately with anyone.
I guess the black arms lay eggs. Yes, no, maybe that's what they were referring to.
I don't know. It's not super clear where they come from. We've seen like black oaks maybe sleeping or being generated in weird pods,
Mm,
but I don't think we've actually seen like the death leeches hatch out or anything. I don't know.
hmm I don't know. Maybe they just come from storks. Who knows?
Behold, Shadow, the black storks, getting our bouncing babies from the black cabbage patch. Let me tell you about the black birds and the black peas.
Does everything have to start with black?
Maybe. Why
Maybe.
were you being judgmental about it?
Oh no. Oh no. All right, here's one from Raphael C. Is Sonic 2's Hidden Palace canon? Could there be a third Hidden Palace in South Island? Does Sonic 3's Hidden Palace exist in modern continuity?
Uh Considering that it's accessible in Sonic Origins, I'm assuming the West Side Island Hidden Palace is canon. It's a hidden palace. I mean, they took out all the false master emeralds, so that kind of makes that a lot easier to digest.
Oh, there were
And
still at least a
yeah,
few in there, but they're just like normal
were they?
decoration. They're not like
Hmm.
they're just normal. They're just normal emeralds. They're not anything too special.
It's been a while since I played the stage. I
So
couldn't remember.
yeah,
And yeah, Hidden Palace, as far as I know, is still hidden somewhere deep in Angel Island. Maybe there are other hidden palaces around. If it's a palace and it's hidden, it would fit that criteria.
maybe, maybe we'll see, won't we? We'll see, or maybe not. Maybe we won't ever see another hidden palace. Who knows? Here's a question from Ethan M. Hey, Ian, and Kyle too, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Whatever. Ian, Sega wants you to do a storybook-esque Elseworld game based on Full Metal Alchemist. What characters play who? Is Starline Show Tucker? Did I say that right? Show Tucker?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It would certainly fit the bill. Goodness. Like I guess Sonic would be Ed, and that he has transmuted Tails' soul into walking Omega armor for Hal.
Oh no.
Uh, which I guess means Amy defaults to Winry. And oh my goodness, who is Armstrong? This is very important. Maybe Big, just to have his cheek poof styled into that majestic mustache. Uh, who is remotely capable of being Roy Mustang, honestly?
I have no idea.
Okay, Lee says Blaze for Roy Mustang and that Whisper is Hawkeye. You know what? That fits. We'll run with that. I mean, Shadow as Scar seems pretty on the ball. I mean, somebody with flashy hands taking off faces. Yeah, it works. It works.
Nice. Is that it, or were there more? Are you thinking?
I don't want to go through like the entire cast because we'll be here all night. But that's a starting place.
Alrighty. Let's move on to this one from Scruffy Matt. Shadow versus Infinite versus Zor. Who wins the title of edgiest edgelord? Oh no, it's an edge off.
Zor is such a sad sack. He's a tryhard. He's gone.
They're all tryhards.
I know. But Infinite is like so excruciatingly the edge, but he's in one game.
Yeah.
Shadow managed to do the whole edgy thing, heroic redemption, come back from death and go right back to the edge, if not edgier, and has the staying power. So I'm going to give it to Shadow.
I mean, yeah. Pretty much. All right, here's one from Mangkyo. Mangakyo? I'm not 100% sure. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Was Shadow oh no, this is a repeat. This one is about Shadow having kids. We just did that one. So, nope, that one's out. Trying to sneak another one in there. Sneak it in there twice. Bone Needle has a question. What are your thoughts on Omochao being on Team Rose in Team Sonic Racing?
Not wild about it. I mean, nothing against Omochao, but if you're going to put together a team of characters, make it characters. Not to say Omochao is not a character, but like there are so many more interesting. I know there are so many better choices. Like, nah.
The Team Sonic Racing teams are a little weird. Like, why is Vector on the same team as Blaze and Silver? Like, what's up with that?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Maybe because there's not quite an easy trinity there. I mean, yeah, you could put Marine, but she's really obscure, let's be honest. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is Omochao all that well known at this point? Like it's been
more games.
Been a long time since we'd seen Omochao. Since Omochao had been really relevant. I don't know. Just put Blaze on Team Rose and put Silver on, I don't know. Silver is his own team.
Give us a proper Team Chaotix and give Marine to Blaze and Silver. There you go.
Yeah. Might as well. All right, here's one from Yes. Teen Goku appears in the Sonic world. and joins the heroes after generations. How did his presence affect the game story?
Not too terribly, I don't think. It's just you have essentially two Sonics on hand, two adventurous, eager to jump into action and incredibly overpowered individuals. So Eggman starts a plan and it gets thwarted twice as fast, maybe.
Maybe. Maybe. And here's one from Darker. According to the encyclopedia, it implies Ultra has the same strength and speed than Super, but just has more abilities. Is it true? And does getting more rings increase Ultra's power?
Ultra was so poorly defined that I think when we were writing it, it is like, let's, try not to make it something too wild and different. Just find some equilibrium. If we ever want to come back to it ever again, we didn't, and we didn't want to. Uh, I imagine that there'd have to be some kind of threshold for power input because the transformation comes from an unknown number of rings. It's just a lot. So I would think that there's kind of a threshold of you have enough rings to make the transformation, and then anything after that might just be, you know, icing on the cake. It's not going to do much more.
All right. Let's switch over to some super chats for a bit. So here's this one from the Phantomist. IDW Sonic Cast makes a public Minecraft server. What chaos ensues? Hmm.
Sonic doesn't build anything. He just runs around and keeps expanding the world.
Until the server
Tails-
crashes.
Yeah. That's what happened with the first servers. Tails had to put some hard limits after that. Tails has managed to, mine enough redstone that he's managed to make a functioning programmed version of Pokemon within the Minecraft engine. Amy and Cream are actually working cooperatively to build a nice little place. It's not really amazing, but you know what? They're there more for the creative mode, for the comfort of building and having just general passive fun.
Then creepers show up and
Knuckles
blow
sees
it
these
all
little-
up. No.
I mean, yeah, Eggman's gonna be a griefer. Of course he is. Knuckles sees all the little floating islands in the air and is very confused.
Uh-huh.
These are common? Is there anything up there? How do they float without an emerald? But, they sold him on the idea of just, you punch trees, you punch rocks. That's basically the game. And he's like, sold.
Yeah, he's there. Do it. Yeah. What about Tangle and Whisper? At least get them in there.
Tangle can't figure out the controls. It's been explained to her. She understands that you use the keyboard, but how do you pick which letter to do something? Come on. Whisper isn't really a gamer, but she's kind of co-piloting with Tangle, helping her along. Move the mouse. You use this key. You can't mine that with that pickaxe. You need to upgrade your pickaxe. You have to go down further.
She is very patient. She is extremely patient. Wow. Oh, man. Hey, guys. We do still have slots for standard questions, so if you haven't asked a question yet, go ahead and ask away. We're taking a couple
This
more.
has never happened before.
I know, this is weird. Things have slowed down quite a bit. So, and of course, we're still taking super chats. We've still got another hour and at least another hour and 15 minutes, guys. So, come on. Let's go. All right, here's one from Oscar the Bearcat. Silver always comes when his time changes. Assuming that he is immune to time changes, does that mean that there's a secondary party causing the changes?
How it all works out is still not very clear. I had been working under the assumption that, whatever happens in the present has kind of a delayed ripple effect into the future. So, Silver would change something for the better, go home, and then the present would move along to a point. Crisis happens that catches up to the future. Silver's like, again, and he goes back in time to fix it. But that does not seem to be how it actually works. And the direction that I have received is not super duper clear. So we'll wait until we have more concrete explanations before I start really talking about it.
All right. I figured it was just like, once again, Back to the Future rules where slowly fades out. The fade happens slowly. It's like ripples through time. Doesn't all just
Mhm.
immediately change, but I don't know, man. Here's one from Of the Stars. Did the ancients use the rail grinding as a method of transportation? Must have been some sick grinds.
Maybe. I mean, I don't
It,
know. A lot of things were written before there was, map. So not everything's taken into account. And some of it, it's just gameplay. It doesn't need like a hard and fast lore explanation.
I kind of headcanon that there might have been some kind of train system that runs on rails like that. Maybe I could see that, but it's not really designed for that, so I don't know. But that seems
Maybe they're like
like
inklings and they
would be
just kind of like
something.
bloop around the rail.
It's like Mario when he bloops into a power line in Odyssey.
Yeah, sure. Something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Here's one from Happy Times. You've said before that Sega wasn't keen on using the Shadow androids. Have they changed their stance since a new batch is used for urban warfare?
I am surprised Evan got that approved. Um, I don't know.
Sometimes maybe it's just how she uses it
Yeah, maybe.
or how it was proposed to them. So how she decided to use them. Who knows? That's the thing about it
The
is
only
yes today, no tomorrow, and vice versa.
Yeah. Uh, the only note I remember specifically on Shadow androids was that they couldn't look exactly like Shadow. There had to be a visual distinction. So if that was just kind of it, then yeah. I personally don't want to see them used too much because uh the part of the whole chaotic story in Heroes was taking out so many of them. And then Omega kind of went buck wild at the end of the game. So there shouldn't be a huge supply to call upon, but I guess he could always make more. I don't know.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Here's one from Luke R. Thank you, Ian, for showing support yesterday. This is not a question, but cool. Yeah, you had the
You're very
stream
welcome.
yesterday.
I was a guest on Serving the Selfless. It is a fundraiser for Alzheimer's both awareness and research. I was a guest along with David B. Mitchell, the current voice of Knuckles. Super nice guy. And we kind of just hung out as the crew played through Ares Island. They're going to be coming back next week with I can't remember who's on the schedule, but they're playing every Friday with another voice actor from Frontiers, and show up for the celebrity gossip and help donate to a worthy cause. I tweeted it a bunch last week. Look through my old tweets there, and I will be tweeting about it again as it comes up, retweeting folks as they go on the show. Thanks to all the BumbleKast folks who came out that night and helped support the show.
Nice, nice. Are they moving on to Tails' Island? Is it Colleen who's going to be on, or
I
is
think
it
she might be up next. I had to bow out early, but I think that's next on the docket.
awesome? Nice. All right, let's move on to this one here from Rhythm Raccoon. Where did the blackberries go? Well,
You ate them, didn't you? Don't you try to deny it. Asking where they went, where you know full where they went.
well, you see, BlackBerry, they didn't really change with the times. So once Apple came along with the iPhone, it was all over for them.
Oh, you mean the device and not the little berry that is to be consumed.
Maybe. They didn't specify.
Hmm.
Hello
It'd make more
and
sense to eat the berry over than the electronic. But anyway, yes, go ahead.
yes. Hello and goodbye has a question. What happened to Amy's backspines? She's the odd hedgehog without them, despite having them in classic. I know it's a design choice, but humor me.
I don't know. Takes care of herself. Decide to do a little personal grooming.
I
It's a
guess.
fashion choice.
Maybe.
And you're going to style your hair. And if you got hair everywhere, then you just style everywhere.
Pretty much.
And she is styling.
All right, here's one from Might of Gabura. Is Sonic's multiverse inclusive and all accepting? Like the whole
Sure.
multiverse? Maybe? But I don't know. That's a lot. That's a big one. That's big. I know big is inclusive and all accepting. So, but I don't know. That's a bold thing to say. Like, is Sonic's entire multiverse inclusive and all accepting? I don't know. That's a big multiverse. Here's one from Hero Squad. What other languages can you two speak in? If none, which one would you like to learn?
I have tried many and failed multiple times.
Yeah. I do not speak any other languages, but I mean, I would like to know Spanish, and also probably might be a good idea to know Chinese. But
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, languages are cool, but they're hard, especially if you already know one. It's like,
yeah.
and
I mean, ich spreche eine kleinen Deutsch.
yeah,
Eine kleinen. Nicht so gut. Habla un poquito español. Muy, un poquito. Functionally, I would like it if I could get a handle on French and Japanese, because I
yeah,
think they would serve me best in my life. But I don't know, man. French just baffles me.
it is a
Other
little
languages,
weird.
I can hear the cadence. I can kind of pick out words. I can maybe start to piece it together. But French, I don't know, man. It's all noise to me. I cannot figure it out. And that's a personal failing on my part.
hmm
Like, I know that's just me not understanding one of the oldest languages in the world.
hmm I mean, I don't know how to parse it either, but I've also never really tried. So I would like to learn another language, but yeah, I don't know if I have the time or patience or desire that much to learn it.
Also, personally, I'd like to just know Gaelic. Get a little touch of my roots.
Oh, that would be fun. Even though it's not very useful anymore. But that's okay. Arguably, English will not be useful soon, so here's one from Legendary Pro Skater. Oh, Tony Hawk is here? Oh, that's cool. Sonic is given the Ultra Arm. What kind of shenanigans is going down? If you can't answer that, who's winning the fight? Darth Vader or Sonic? Thanks. Then we did the Darth Vader and Sonic one, I think.
Yeah, but what is the Ultra Arm?
Is that the arm from Tears of the Kingdom? Or is that the Ultra Hand? Maybe that's what they're talking about. I don't know. Ultra arm.
The first things I come up with Google are for like camera equipment. So
Or a robotic arm engraver machine. That's pretty cool, but I don't think that's it. They might mean the Ultra Hand from
Tears of the
Tears of
Kingdom.
the
No, we'll
Kingdom.
just assume that.
Yeah, Legendary
I
Pro
mean-
Skater is clarifying that's what they mean, yes.
Okay. It's just a new mobility tool. It's kind of like going back to the body swap question. It's Sonic, but now with tangle powers in addition. Like he can grab onto something and instead of pull it down or manipulate it, he's going to fly up to it.
Perfect.
If he's fast enough with it, he's building loop-de-loops and pathways for himself so he doesn't ever have to stop. Oh, look, there's a dangerous hairpin turn. Oh, no, there's a bunch of trees. Now it's a road. Meow.
Nice. Well, we've reached the cutoff point for standard questions, so we're not accepting any more standard questions today, folks, but we are still accepting super chats. So if you are still have a burning question, you can, any denomination of super chat will get you priority, and we'll try to get to it today. So thank you everybody so much for sending in your questions. And let's do this one here from Thievius. Hey, Ian and Kyle, question for both of you. You both woke up one morning and see that you each have one piece of the Triforce. What do you do with your pieces, and which pieces do you think you have? I would be frightened because I would be wondering where the third piece is and who has that one. I don't want to know.
Because like if one of us has wisdom and the other one has courage, we know we got a problem.
Uh-huh. And if one of
The
us has
concierge
power, we
calls
know
the-
that we know who the other problem is.
Concierge calls. You have a food delivery from a Ganondorf? No, I don't. No, let him upstairs.
I'm being told Aaliyah has the power.
That'd be okay.
That's
I
fine,
would work with
actually.
that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably want power because that feeling of empowerment to be able to go out and do whatever you need to do, and also being able to turn into a kaiju. That's just cool.
Yeah, but eventually
But
you
it
will
would
be
probably
defeated.
be. Yeah, so it goes. I'll be back.
That's true.
This franchise is a gold mine. I'm not going anywhere.
That's true.
I would probably get wisdom, and it would just refresh all of my Sonic trivia that's gotten rusty. And it's like, thanks. Great.
Well, honestly,
know it.
that's kind of useful.
Until, but, then I get let go of the franchise, and it's like, great, what am I going to do with this now? Do YouTube videos? Yeah, that's not a flooded market. And courage would be nice, because it would be nice to actually have a backbone. But what do you do with courage other than set yourself up to get punched in the face by the guy who has power? I'm not afraid of you.
Yep. I don't know, man. I'm being told that I already have the courage because I deal with Jen. Yeah, all right.
That's what I said in the chat.
That's what Jen says. Yep. Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Nah, the Triforce would be given to me, and you'd wake up and see it.
Okay.
Like, oh, okay.
Oh, all right. Or it's the Rye Force. Oh, maybe Rye has it. Oh no. Rye has the power. Oh no. Good old Professor Rye. Professor Ryendorf. Sure. Dreamcast 2K1 has a question. What if there was a Carnage like, what if there was a Carnage-like character in the Sonic comics? So Marvel, Carnage, Marvel. Marvel Carnage. Carnage.
I'm trying to think, is there anyone who already has that kind of parallel? Someone who's just off kilter and malicious and kind of OP. And I'm almost inclined to say Infinite, but Infinite isn't remotely the same character.
No.
Cletus was kind of wild and unhinged, and Infinite was much more stoic and about presentation. So, nah, I guess not. But
Zaz, maybe.
maybe, but Zaz doesn't have remotely the menace or the threat level of Carnage.
But if he had the Carnage power,
Yeah, I mean, it
it might
wouldn't
be
look that different, would he?
frightening. No, but it would be scary just by the fact that this guy has the power. It's weird. Or Surge. Oh, Surge with a symbiote. Oh no. But also, oh yes. Oh, her mind's already broken. Now I had a second one in there. Oh boy.
We need brains. Oh, yeah? Whose? Anybody I know? Because this could be fun.
Yes. All the brains.
I don't know. The whole thing with Carnage, though, is that he is by design. And, well, yeah, I know there are caveats to this, but in general, an unrepentant, unstoppable mass murderer. And that I felt like is kind of a bridge too far already for Spider-Man. And in Sonic, that's no bueno. That doesn't fit.
No. I guess, I don't know. Zaz is probably the best one I can think of. All right, we got another one from Might of Gabura. Can Base/Supersonic beat Lord X and Sonic.exe? I don't know what Lord X is. Sonic.exe is definitely a fan thing, so I don't think you can talk about it.
I'm honestly not too familiar with Sonic EXE outside of it is a fan thing and it's full of the spooky.
That's
and
all I
don't
know
do it
too.
spooky. Like, even if I was going into fan stuff, I wouldn't touch it anyway because I don't want it. I do not. And I'm not even going to Google Lord X because that's going to give me everything under the sun.
Lord X, like Sonic X, but Lord X. I have no idea. I don't know.
It just kind of boil it down. Right, base Sonic is able to handle just about anything, and if he can't, Supersonic most probably can.
Probably. Here's one from Sonic Mania 2099. If Sonic could cross over with Marvel, which story would you like to see Sonic and friends involved in? Midnight Suns, The Symbiote Saga, Battle World.
Are we talking specifically a Marvel arc or just any Marvel property?
I don't know. Put Sonic and friends in current Spider-Man so they can fix things. That's.
I know Spidey teams up with everybody, but he would be the easiest fit.
I mean, he is
Sonic and crew
the most. Yeah.
Second place maybe would go to X-Men if we're talking more like 90s melodrama and spandex versus current we all live on a living island and are a cult thing, that might not work. That being said, and this is me being completely bonkers, I know that, but it would almost be fun to kind of plop them down into the middle of the old Onslaught saga, because then you have kind of like Crisis City with superheroes.
Okay, yeah, that's all right.
I mean, the third act of that event was basically throwing all the toys at the big bad guy anyway. What's a hedgehog going to change,
Yeah, pretty much. It'd be fun. I mean, it could work. Why wouldn't it? I'd say just throw Sonic into Spider Verse. Why not? Why is Sonic there? Who knows? I'm not a spider. Well, maybe you are, Sonic. Maybe you are. All right, here's one from Hero Squad. A Sonic Boom episode revolving around Sonic being real. Go.
What was the name of the tapir who was a little too clingy?
Mark? Was that
Was it
it?
Mark?
Was it Mark?
All right.
I think
So
so.
we'll just work with that for now.
Yeah,
Let's say Mark.
Yeah, it's Mark the Tapir. Yeah.
Okay. So Mark gets a hold of Eggman's incredible photocopier and runs his personal bit of fan art through it and gives it life. And then this tortured non sequitur thing is just kind of running around the island like a living pop scare, unnerving everyone until finally a rainstorm breaks out and just kind of washes it away.
Safe. Good enough. All right. And we're going to do one last super chat before we jump back over to the standards. It's from J Chance. What would be your ideal Legend of Zelda? Maybe Link as a sky pirate? Wink, wink.
Honestly, now I'm still picking away at the behemoth that is Tears of the Kingdom, but Breath of the Wild was my peak Zelda. Like just having the world open up to you and feel like an actual functioning world, like an actual real environment that is yours to explore and take at your own pace. Like every time you turn a corner, there's something new to explore, and there's a kind of beautiful post-apocalypse to it where it's already done. The world has ended and now it's regrowing.
Mm-hmm.
You have, pockets of civilization, you have roving monster bandits, but the rest is returned to nature. And there's something just mystifying and wonderful about it. There's a critique of, oh, they're just empty fields. And it's like, that's the point. You're alone. And it doesn't feel, it's not like Wind Waker where it's just like open ocean in every direction. And it's kind of boring because there's nothing to interact with. I mean, there's also the terror of being just out in the middle of the void and all that's separating you and the abyss is your boat.
Mm-hmm.
But being out in the snowy plains or on the fiery fields or just out in some prairie somewhere and it's just you, there's something wonderfully freeing about it and also hollow and tragic because there used to be more. There used to be a kingdom. There used to be cities, there used to be commerce, there used to be peace, and now it's just nature. And it's you on your own doing what you can to cobble together the materials you need to fight back against the tide of darkness and try to reclaim a shred of what you used to have. And that's just cool. Like all the shrines, I've never been a big fan of the Zelda temples. Sacrilege, I know,
Mm-hmm.
but here's this great world to explore. And now you have to stop and you have to go into this one thing and you have to fight your way through it and you have to figure out the puzzles so you can get the thing so you can go off and do something else. Breath of the Wild is like, here's a shrine. Takes you 5-10 minutes, 15 if you're especially stupid. And you get a nice trinket from it. They're not essential, but they do help you grow if you want to do them. It's like all the frustration and distraction of a regular temple, but broken into bite-sized pieces. And finding them is part of the fun. It's like, ooh, I found a thing, and now I can access this area easier later rather than I finished the temple. Now I don't have to go to that region ever again. It's done. Check that off on a checklist. I don't know, Breath of the Wild was just great. I loved it. And something about Tears of the Kingdom isn't quite scratching that same itch again. but I'm kind of wondering if it's a kind of magic you just can't recapture a second time around. Like, what would they do? Just plop you in a whole new Hyrule and say, here's a new wide open map to explore? Well, so what? You did that already. And there
Yeah.
is something fun to be, going back to these old regions going, okay, I remember this, but this has changed. This is different. Or just running around the field and having this tension of, oh God, if there's a guardian, wait, no, there aren't guardians in this game. I'm okay. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to worry about that. Or do I? Or is there another one? No, okay. It's like, how deeply entrenched is that fear? Finding the new caverns is fun. I am enjoying exploring the deep down, deep dark. It's just really neat, but it doesn't have that same sense of wonder, I guess, that the first game did.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's just inherent to the fact that you're coming back. You have experienced it. You can't re-experience it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my ideal Zelda would be one where you play as Zelda. Screw that Link. Screw that Link guy. We don't need that guy. Otherwise, I would say my ideal Zelda would be one where you have Link replaced with Linkle from Hyrule Warriors. Either one. I would take either one. So, all right. Well, we still got a lot of standard questions, so we're gonna go ahead and switch back over and do some of those for a bit, starting with this one from Asta K. Since post-Genesis Archie is based on games, can it be used to define the timeline of Sonic games?
No. Post Genesis Wave Archie was our attempt to start making some sense of the game timeline, but that is not reflective of what the current internal documentation is.
All right, here's one from L Law. In IDW Sonic 58, Blaze says her soul gems can only take her between her world and Sonic's. Did Sega tell you this, or did you put this forward? I find it odd since the Chaos Emeralds don't have this limitation.
Yeah, that's the Sega thing.
Chaos Emeralds don't take you anywhere, do they? Oh no. Oh no.
Trying to think of an instance, and I can't immediately.
I can't either. Hmm. 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 They can manipulate time, but
Yeah,
they
but
can't
I
send
think
you
it's only
between.
localized in that reality. Yeah,
Yeah, they can't
I think it's
send you
just
between different realities. No. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know.
I'm sure there's like one game somewhere that contradicts that, but in general, no.
Special stages, I guess it'd be considered like pocket dimensions, but whether even special stages are canon right now is
No,
they're
right now they're in
apparently
game
not.
development.
But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe in the future that'll change. But I guess right now they're not. So, welp. Here's one from MSP Nova. If you had the opportunity to have Vanilla have a conversation with any character who we've not seen her interact with before, who would you pick and why?
Hmm. 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 Goodness, I'm almost spoiled for choice. You know what? Let her have a conversation with Jewel. Two mature uh, ladies of refinement, just enjoying a casual afternoon with pleasant company.
And then Tangle crashes in.
Yeah, it won't last, but
At least they tried.
they get through half a pot of tea and a couple scones before everything goes.
I have a good suggestion from the chat, actually. I have to
All
wonder
right.
how this would play out. Surge.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Can the beauty tame the beast?
Hmm. I don't
And
know.
Serge says, if anybody else calls vanilla a beast, she'll rip their lungs out.
Well, sounds like the beast has been tamed. All right, we got a question from Bro. In a Sonic IDW, there is now fake Chaos Emerald. Dark Sonic, maybe? Or an equivalent? If yes, he would be distorted Super Sonic, since their energy is distorted according to Shadow. So how will he act?
Fake emeralds are from SA2. Tails made a fake emerald to throw off Eggman. That's been pre-established in the games already. As for the false emerald spires that Eggman is using in Imperial City, you'll just have to wait till the story arc's done to see what happens with those.
All right. And we got one from Void. So in the Archie comic, it states only the ancient walkers could draw out all infinite power from, or all the infinite power of the emeralds. What if Sonic could do that too? And would he turn super?
Well, then he'd be an ancient runner now, wouldn't he?
But Zism TG has a question. I greatly enjoyed Frontiers, but I was disappointed with the end. Can you tell us anything about him? Thought process behind his creations, why the dull design, and if anything was cut, etc.
I don't know how much I can really talk about the process. I didn't really know what the end would be since it was kind of nebulous in general. And then later on in the process, Kishimoto-san ran the monologue by me, and I said, this feels more like a JRPG final boss. Do you mind if I take another approach at it? And got the okay to do that. And mostly what I was trying to do with the end was to make it feel transcendent, something bigger and more alien than what Sonic has fought before in terms of gods and monsters. Everything else has been either somewhat down to earth. I mean, Perfect Chaos we know is just chaos going out on a rage bender. You know, Final Hazard is just an animal lashing out. Metal Overlord's just a big end boss. The end I wanted to be something that felt like it was a world-ending threat, something that was just kind of barely on the cusp of being able to be understood, despite the fact that, you know, it's a boss fight in a video game. You have to understand mechanics to some degree.
Yeah. All right, here's one from Red Rebel. How would pre-SGW Shadow and Shard react to Neo and Captain Metal, the weapons who attained free will like they wanted, but became far worse? Hmm.
Sorry, it was pre Genesis Wave Shadow and who else?
Shard.
And Shard. Yeah, okay. Uh Shadow would be momentarily disappointed, but they are a threat, and therefore he will face them and fight them and defend the world and yada yada yada. Shard, I think, would be slightly more hung up on it. Would be a little less inclined to pull the trigger, but he would still, you know, fight for the benefit of everyone else. It's like, you guys came so close. You could have had something cool. I'm a living example. Well, quasi living. I don't know. Chuck and I are still having philosophical debates about this. Anyway, point is, I'm going to kick your face in.
All right. Was there anything else?
I think that's about it. They're pretty simple, straightforward guys.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to some super chats and run those out for a bit. Here's this one from OzJam. Similar to a question I ask with Sonic's voice actors, this time it's shadows. From David to Jason to finally Kirk. What did you enjoy from each portrayal, and who is personally your favorite? Kyle, join in too.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
No, I'm trying to remember who is in what order, but
I think that's it. David to Jason to Kirk.
yeah, okay. David's to me is kind of the quintessential Shadow.
Y-
That's the voice I think of first
Yeah,
and foremost.
yeah. I feel like he set the standard.
Jason's fine. I can't really think of anything standout
Jason's similar to David, isn't he?
to the point where I can't think of a difference.
Yeah, not really.
And Kirk, he hasn't been given enough material to really make it his own.
No, it's a shame too. He's been very underutilized, not well utilized.
I mean, when I spoof the voice, that's what I'm kind of leaning more to, but that still feels like it's more of a lampoon, more of an impression of an impression.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see what happens if and when Kirk is given some actual character to work with rather than I'm going to come in and say something snarky and biting and that's it. Eh.
It's also Shadow in Ian in from Sonic Prime, Ian Hanlon.
Yeah,
But
I haven't heard enough by him to really say.
no, me neither. I think Jason makes a far better Shadow than he does Sonic, but that's just me.
Mm.
All right, here's one from Scurvy Pirate Hog. Starline is isekai'd into the world of Fleetway Sonic before Dr. Ovi Kintelbor becomes Robotnik. How does he react? Oh no, is he the one who triggers it? Is he the one who makes it happen?
He sees this tall, gentle, well-meaning man who wants to just rid the world of evil and says to himself, I can fix him. And yeah, he totally sabotages the treadmill so that there's the inverse power flow to create that bad egg.
Yep. That's it.
Unfortunately, he's caught in the explosion at Isekai.
So he's never there to get to actually see the true Robotnik finally exist. Oh well, his knowledge, he will be safe in the knowledge that at least that universe has a proper Eggman now. Here's one from Stephen A. Which Muppet do you relate to? Is it Ralph, Fozzie, Sweetums, Gonzo?
For the longest time, it was Gonzo, but I think really deep down, it's Kermit. Someone
Yeah.
who wants to entertain, who wants to put on a good show, who's trying his best to manage everything and keep the chaos somewhat controlled, and also his composure and just not quite able to manage spin all those plates at the same time.
Well, maybe it's a good thing then I feel like I relate to Fozzie.
Yeah.
Maybe, kinda. I don't know. Somewhere in there. Maybe. It's the best one I can think
You want to go out there, you put on a happy face, put on a good show, and then those guys start heckling you. It's like, I just want to do my job, man. Why do you have to bring grief into my life?
Waka waka.
Hey, say this is called the BumbleKast. Well, they certainly got the Bumble, right?
Okay, yeah, it's them. Okay. I think I relate most to Statler and Waldorf. They're a package deal. You can't just choose one.
Well, no, of course not. One of my favorite gags is in the Disney World live Muppet Show experience. I don't know if it's still an attraction. But like if you haven't been or if it isn't there anymore, you go into a recreation of the Muppet Theater, and Statler and Waldorf are animatronics in the balcony, and then the show itself is done with 3D glasses on a 3D projection screen.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the show, as it's wrapping up, one of them says, I can't wait to get out of here. You fool, we can't. Why is that? Because we're bolted to the floor. Yo!
Well, at least they're that self-aware.
And it's just an experience to actually sit down in the Muppet Theater. It's like, wow, I'm actually in here. This is neat.
That's wild. Apparently it is still there.
Oh, good.
Yep. Cool. Awesome. Here's one from Levi C. Have you been watching Gendy Tartakovsky's Unicorn Warriors Eternal? If so, any thoughts on it?
Not yet. I mean, it's a Gindie production, so I want to see it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But I just have not had the time to get around to it.
Eventually, maybe, someday. Here's a question from MetaMode. Obviously, you can't create a canon map, but can we assume that the IDW Can we assume the IDW comics take place on West Side Island and South Island? Central City north of Emerald Beach in battle, so it's on West Side, right?
No, it's wherever. Like they can go to other islands and other land masses between stories. We don't have to show the actual, travel between the two. They're just in that location. And off the top of my head, I don't think we've been to West Side Island or South Island in the comic. At least not what comes to mind.
I don't know. Could be anywhere. Here, there, and everywhere. They are the gummy
there
bears.
Are countless islands on Sonic's Earth, so any old where will do.
Yep, there's as many islands as there needs to be. All right, here's one from Joe M. Are Sonic and all of his friends besides Cream canonically orphans, or could some of them have parents off screen? That's the $1 million question, isn't it?
Hmm?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it?
Yeah. We don't see the parents, but I don't think everyone is. I don't know. You know what? I could speculate, but I don't know.
Yep. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. No, nobody paid $1 million for that question. It's just an expression. Thank you, Joe, and everyone else for your super chats.
I mean, if somebody wants to pay us $1 million to ask a question, by all means.
Please do, but no. I'm being told, don't answer, it's a trap. Hero Squad has a question. Which song would be hysterical if a villain sang it? Black Doom singing Ocean Man? That's pretty funny.
I mean, Eggman could do just about any song and make it work. I think we've already established that Starline is into show tunes.
Yeah.
And Black Arm singing anything is just going to be goofy. I mean, come on.
I want him singing Unknown from Emmy. That would be funny. All right, here's one from Stephen A. I don't like asking Sonic questions, but I have to ask. Who went and got old man Nigel Kitching back into the fold? Have you spoken to him recently? I do love Nigel and his British bitterness. That was really surprising to see his name on there. I'm so glad though.
I'm pretty sure that is all editor David Marriott's work. Sonic 900 is his brainchild, and I believe he is the one who managed to make all those stars align.
Amazing. Oh, that's gonna be fun. All right. Got this one from Chaos Sonic 1. What is your favorite Sonic game in general? And no cheating with Sonic Frontiers because you wrote it.
Like, if we're talking classic, it's Sonic Mania Plus with Sonic 3 and Knuckles as a close second.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're talking modern, it's either Generations or Colors.
Yep. Those are good ones. I like them. I mean, kind of the same for me, really. Guess I can't argue. I can't argue with those. Here's one from Oz Jam. Ian and Kyle, out of all the many Sonic theme songs, which do you think fits him the most? It doesn't matter, his world, reach for the stars, to name a few. I pick his world, but it's the Zebrahead version. It doesn't matter from Sonic Adventure 1 for me.
Yeah, I just feel like that one's tailor-made for him. Like, it's super on the nose, but that's kind of the point. It's the character theme.
Sonic is on the nose. That's his thing.
I mean, the other ones are certainly good and iconic and thematic, sure, but I feel like, yeah, that one is just kind of quintessential Sonic.
The SA1 version specifically. I like the SA2 version, but the SA1 version, I think, is peak Sonic.
It's a toss-up between me because the SA2 version has a faster tempo, which I feel is more appropriate.
Yeah.
But nostalgia.
I
for
don't
SA1.
know. There's
I don't
just
know.
that ballad. There's that ballad feel that I don't know. It kind of works. It kind of works. Good stuff. All right, we got one from Armored Turtle. Oh no, Tommy Turtle is here. Oh no. Why doesn't Amy use the spin dash in IDW? She did it in Archie, and classic Amy seems capable in Origins Plus. I don't know, just think she should be able to do it.
Yeah, whether or not she can spin dash is incredibly inconsistent between various games and titles. I think the official word is she can't, but she just has, other moves. So that's what we're going with right now.
Listen, Amy can do whatever she wants. Sega can't stop her. Here's one from Smash Zapper 85. You don't like Dark Sonic, but are there any other Sonic characters you could see having a dark form?
I mean, I think it would make sense if Shadow had something.
That's his current form already.
I mean, if Sonic turns into the bright golden god of goodness, doesn't it make sense that Shadow would be the antithesis to someone to give into the power and the rage and the dark and the edge?
I guess. Or you could give Shadow a light form.
I mean, I guess it's thematic enough that, he, as Super Shadow, he is, an equally bright and heroic character because he has come around and come out of his angst cloud, and he's also being a virtuous beacon of hope and yada, 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 yada. But
but then he regresses.
Any of the hedgehogs?
Then he immediately regresses. And yeah, I could see that.
I don't know. If Shadow's going to have a dark form, it needs to go like hyper 90s edge. Give him like bat wings and horns and even more red and black stripes somehow.
Oh, dude, Dark Blaze. Oh. You know what? Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. Make it happen, Ian. Here's one from Scurvy Pirate Hog. How would the Sonic cast react if they had learned someone had a romantic crush on them? Feel free to include IDW characters.
I mean, Sonic's not surprised. I mean,
don't you?
It's him.
Everyone loves me.
Yeah.
I have a crush on me.
Amy gets her hopes up. Oh, did he find? Oh, you mean someone else? Okay, well, that's nice. That's cute. Who is it? She wants to know. I mean, she wants to, let him down easy. I mean, she's flattered, sure, but her heart belongs to only one person.
Mm-hmm.
Tails can't handle it. He's super flustered. He's all like vowel sounds. Knuckles is basically the same, but he just remains stoic about it. It's like, he doesn't care. What does he need to care about? I mean, who is it? Anybody he know? Not that he really would care. He's up here doing his job. He's alone. Not that anybody's going to come up there and visit him. I mean, if somebody was going to visit him, who do you think it would be? Because they'd want to like see him. Just out of curiosity, making conversation. He's not really that interested in it. Shut up. Rouge would be like, add it to the pile. One more on the list. Yes, darling, of course, I know.
Get in line.
Shadow doesn't care. Omega doesn't care.
Omega doesn't even know what it means.
Who will attempt to crush me? I will crush them first.
Exactly.
Eggman would maybe be confused. Why?
And then he
does
would
it serve hidden.
And then he'd realize it was Starline.
Oh, him. Yeah, blocked all 5 of his numbers. I can't take a hint. Tangle would be distracted by it. Like, just kind of giddy, giggling. You got a crush from somebody. Wonder who it is.
Trying to figure it out.
Tee-hee-hee. Yeah. Whisper would be like, why? And be kind of unnerved about it. Personal space and somebody who's paying attention to her. He's going to put the mask on, doesn't like it.
Yeah, yeah. The Starline hopes it's Eggman, but it's not. All right, speaking of romance, let's move on to this next question from Supersonic Fan. What if Sonic had to ask Xena out on a date?
Come on, Sonic, you got better standards than that.
But what if he had to, though? I don't know why he would have to. Why would he have to?
The end appears. I will destroy all unless you take her out on a date.
Oh no, the end is secret shipper confirmed.
When the moon in the sky has a twinkle in its eye, that's amore.
I guess.
Sonic would make the best attempt. Dinner, movie, go out somewhere maybe. He's not looking forward to it, but he's going to do his level best. He's going to be the bigger man in all this. And Xena's going to just not be grateful and awful about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonic's like, I gotta see this through. I don't have any chaos emeralds, otherwise the moon's going to blow up the planet. And then, technically date is complete, mission accomplished. Okay, bye, gone.
Uh-huh. Yeah, pretty much. Here's one from Lord Van Oscaro. He once mentioned Weird Al as Eggman. What if he was movie Grand Battle Cuckoo?
Yeah.
Lord Van Oscaro, I hope you are casting the movies. I hope you're secretly handle movie casting.
I mean, I don't even think the accordion would be that out of character in that case.
No. Just put it all in. Yes. Make it happen. Absolutely.
Don't even give him a beak. Just kind of dress him up in the uniform and we'll just go with it.
He is cuckoo. Yes. All right, here's one from Vixers. How would you cast Sonic characters in a storybook game set in Metal Gear Solid? I like the idea of Metal Gear Solid being a fairy tale.
I mean,
It
It's
kind of
outlandish enough.
is.
We're going to limit ourselves to the Shadow Moses incident. Because if we try to
Mm.
go every incarnation, we're going to be here forever.
Yeah.
I know it's not really his style, but Sonic is Solid Snake. We'll call him Sonic Snake. Just because he has, that virtuous heart and he does want to try to do well by others.
Yeah, but he would act like normal Sonic because it's Sonic getting sucked into the world. So
Yeah, all right,
it
all right,
wouldn't
all
be like he wouldn't be acting like Solid Snake at least.
right. Oh, sorry, something in my throat. Tails is Otacon.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shadow is Gray Fox.
Mm. Who's Psycho Mantis?
Silver.
Okay.
Because Sniper Wolf is Whisper. I mean, come on. If you didn't make that connection already.
No, you totally didn't steal that.
Vulcan Raven has to be Omega. Decoy Octopus is Mimic, clearly.
Wow, you really did just literally lift these things directly from Metal Gear Solid, didn't you?
And hilariously, Liquid Snake is Metal Sonic speaking again.
Is he just acting
who's
like?
Revolver?
Is he just?
Yes, he is totally acting like Liquid Snake. Brother!
Yeah, but I mean, he's like kind of like neo metal, but he's just regular metal.
Once I have your superior biodata, I will be the clone. Dude, you are making zero sense. I'm not even a science guy, and I know this makes no sense.
I'm being told Armstrong is Zavok.
Yeah, all right. All right. Who's Revolver Ocelot? I know Fang's the only one with a gun, but... Old Man Owl is Revolver Ocelot. There we go. Oh, I know to reload in the middle of battle.
Raiden is Ray. Silly. Or Jet as Ocelot. I don't know. There's so many good ones. Oh man, is there any more? Are there any more characters?
I'm sure we could go further.
We could go. I can't think of any more really. The first Chewbassa has a question. This question comes from my mom. Does Sonic apply sunblock to his exposed belly and arms when he goes to a beach level?
Well, he should. Otherwise, he's going to get sunburned.
Yeah, it would be weird if he were as red as Knuckles on those areas. That would be odd.
Alternate answer, no, he's fast enough to outrun the sunbeams.
Yeah. The sun is different on Sonic's World. It doesn't actually give you cancer. And also you can breathe in
sunshine. It brightens up your day.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it does. It's like how you can breathe in space, because the sun is harmless. All right, here's one from JJ Slider. Eggman tried to control Sonic with his mind control rays in Runners and Colors, but outside forces, Tails and the Emeralds always interfered. If Sonic wasn't protected, would he have been controlled?
Yeah, figure.
Maybe for a short while, at least, until somebody figured it out.
Maybe he could shake it off eventually, but yeah.
Yep. Here's one from Hero Squad. Since Chaos can use the emeralds negatively via negative emotions, can Sonic use the emeralds negatively if he uses it in a negative way, like rage?
Presumably, but that's just not who Sonic is.
Sonic's not negative. He couldn't do that. Well, he could if he really had to. Here's one from Oscar the Bearcat. How good would Whisper be at being a Halo Spartan? Probably better than Master Chief.
Yeah.
Especially
Should
if
be
she
pretty
had the
confident.
wisps.
I mean, I just need an excuse to have her to turn to somebody and say, I need a weapon.
Yes. Do you need an excuse for her to do that? I don't think you need an excuse.
It just needs to be the appropriate call out. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. She would
I
be.
know I've shoehorned my references in the past, but I do try to be somewhat ethical about it.
She would be a very short Spartan, but that's okay. Here's another one from Stephen A. Ian, favorite henchmen 21 and 24, stupid conversations, or even off-topic conversations from Venture Brothers. Mine is, Smurfs don't lay eggs, they're mammals. Papa Smurf has a bleeping beard.
Oh, man. Oh, it's been so long. That's a good one, though. That is definitely one of the highlights. Maybe after 24's death and there's other Monarch goons talking about, I think it's Rodan, and 21 starts lecturing them about the proper classification of dinosaur, or at least winged reptile that Rodan would be.
Yeah.
I don't know what I think one of my favorite. Shoot, now I'm gonna. It is 21 who's the one who lives, right? God, it's been so long.
I don't know.
I think like my standout favorite moment, the one that lives rent free in my head, is when he picks up the lightsaber at the garage sale, and he faces down Brock. Brock Sampson, we meet again for the last time. Do I know you? And he just comes at him, and it's a beam of light, but it has no mass. It's just a beam of light. So he's just waving it through Brock and realizes he's not cutting, and then just kind of starts drawing circles on his torso. Boo. And then he runs away. Venture Brothers, good stuff. Good question. That's fun.
All right, here's one from Shane Shrimp. Are inhibitor rings actual canon? Only used in 06.
I think that's actually kind of up for debate, but I would prefer that they stay canon. I like them as an idea.
I think that Amy has inhibitor rings.
Mm-hmm.
Of course she does. It's the only explanation. And we got another one from Hero Squad. Wow, thank you. Which animal hybrid would you like to see in Sonic media? A liger? A Pizzly? There's a lot.
I mean, Liger is already such a cool name, you know? I mean, Tygon's just as good, but I think those two in particular actually sound like some kind of cool animal. A lot of the other combo names sound kind of silly, Z-Donks and Wolf Yotes,
Wolf Yotes.
Koi Wolves.
Koi wolves. That's it. yes. Koi wolf,
Yeah,
not wolf Yotes.
You can call it that. I don't know.
Oh, you could.
And you say Koi Wolf, and you say Koi Wolf, and I'm just thinking you're describing Whisper.
Wolf was very coy, yes, but still, yeah. The sinister wolf yote.
Yeah, we'll say Liger or Tygon.
All right, here's one from Solaris Stain. Crossover between Sonic and Jak and Daxter. How does it go? Would we finally get to see a Dark Sonic? Would Shadow be allowed to use guns from Haven City? And there's a lot of Dark Sonic on this episode. Like, is this just
Yeah.
is this just something that's come up recently, or is this just something people have latched onto recently?
I think I have voiced my displeasure at the idea, and now the internet must tell me that I'm wrong.
Oh, well, that's nothing new. They've been doing that for years. They've been doing that for 20 plus years at this point.
Here's the thing with Jak and Daxter. I adore the first game. It's bright and it's bouncy and it's fun and it has a neat mysticism lore thing going on with it. And I hate Jak 2 and onwards with the post-apocalyptic, grim future flying cars and gun stuff. It's like you had such a charming fantasy world and you went this direction with it. Dislike. So crossover with Jak and Daxter and Sonic. It's happening in the first game. Jak is mute, and they're looking for the chaos precursor orbs because that's a thing now. And they go on a lovely adventure, and it's full of bright, colorful, bouncy fun. And Daxter makes wonderful, goofy comments, and it's just a good, relaxing time. Damn
it. Well, alrighty then. Tell us how you really feel. Yeah. Well, Ian, we are coming up to the 2-hour mark, and we've got 20 super chats left. What do you want to do?
There's no way we're getting through 20 here in the last few minutes. So let's do a few. Well, no, that's 20. That's a solid priority Q&A right there.
Yep.
So let's do a few more standards to wrap up the hour.
Okay.
And then we had one question to wrap up the show for sure, right?
That's right. Yeah, we did.
All
yep. Right. Okay. Well, then we'll just do that one when the time comes. So, all right, let's switch back over and do some standard questions. Start with this one from Bob. In the manga, Amy has a crush on Shadow. What if it is the case in game? How would Shadow act about it? And how would Sonic act since he finally accepts his feeling for her in Frontiers? What manga?
I'm assuming the Koro Koro, like, goofy light adaptation.
Why would why would Shadow be in that? Isn't that like at least a decade before his appearance?
No, there were other Koro Koros after the fact.
Oh, were there?
Like,
okay.
It's a publication end of itself. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It may not be like Koro Koro exactly, but there are other, light manga adaptation tie-ins that have happened over there.
Yeah.
I don't know the one specifically they're referencing, but I know that they exist.
Okay.
But if Amy pulled a Bulma and switched sights to Shadow, Sonic might have a moment of, well, missed my chance. Oh, well, as long as she's happy and he treats her right and would be supportive. And Shadow would be, don't touch me.
All right. It was the Dash and Spin manga. Okay. All right. I actually did not know that. So interesting. All right. Here's one from Oscar the Bearcat. Looking back at past questions, what is Tails' obvious reaction to Windblade? I'm assuming whatever it is will be one-sided since Transformers don't really have relationships.
Okay, so Windblade is a Transformer?
Windblade is a Transformer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, with that context, what was the question again?
What is Tails' obvious reaction to Windblade? I'm assuming whatever it is will be one-sided since Transformers don't really have relationships.
I still have no context for this.
Windblade is...
Like, is Windblade turned into a biplane? Like, what is...
She turns into a jet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's one of the ones who's uh wasn't she in the one in the comic in the IDW? She was one of the originals from IDW, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I'm sure Tails would be all extra fascinated with the technology, but I have no idea otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, a piece of tech that talks back and has a good rapport. Be happy with that.
Yeah.
He's an aviator. He might feel a little awkward, like, do I fly you or do you fly you? How does this work? But I don't know. I would imagine they would get along.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the few IDW issues I've read have actually been the Windblade ones, and she's pretty cool. So, yeah, I think Tails would be. Tails would think she's pretty cool. I don't know. Here's one from Yo. Since you asked for Hypersonic to fight the end, since you asked for Hypersonic to fight the end originally in Frontiers, can it be used to say that Hypersonic is on the level of the end, Dark Gaia, and can destroy a planet? Who knows?
Well, not necessarily. I pitch an idea and it doesn't get used. That doesn't validate it in any way.
All right. Here's one from Michael H. If Surge would ever encounter Supersonic, would she say, "Why won't you die?" And would Sonic go, "Chaos Emerald, pal. They grant infinite power with 50 rings." No, he wouldn't say anything about 50 rings because there's no rings.
I do imagine that she would be frustrated no end. Like, that's a question, I guess, is does she know about the transformation?
Mm-hmm.
Or did Starline just assume she'd managed to take him out before that occurrence? Because it's not supposed to be something that he does like super regularly. Haha, super regularly. So yeah, like she backs him into a corner, thinks she's finally got the upper hand. Boom, supersonic. She's like, come on!
Of course. It's always that way. It's like, come on. Keeps happening. All right. So I don't know where the last question is supposed to be. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's over there. I see it. Okay. Well, we have, I'm going to go ahead and do actually one more. We'll do one more real quick. This one's from Windows 7. If I may ask, for Ian, what are your thoughts on Dulcie? How would you reinvent her today?
In Sad AM, I felt like Dulcie was way out of theme. That she appears out of nowhere in season 2. She doesn't
She's not.
look like anybody. She doesn't look like a woodland critter. She's a mythical creature. The character was fine. She was entertaining enough, but it was like she was the Poochie of season 2. Like, why is she here? Where did she come from? Why are there dragons? What is any of this? With the redesign and remodeling we did in the reboot,
Yep.
I felt like that kind of brought her more down to Sonic's level, made her feel like someone who could exist in Sonic's world. So if we were to do a modern Dulcie now, honestly, I would say if we could just transplant the post reboot version, link her to Chun-Nan, keep the kind of vague Chinese feel to her, make her a Mobian dragon in an accessible, uh, not crazy sort of way. Bit of flight, bit of fire powers. That's not too out there compared to like Blaze or Silver or anybody.
Nah.
Maybe a little bigger, kind of vector size, big size. That's fine. That's still within acceptable parameters. It still makes her feel like she's a Sonic character rather than some oddly proportioned kangaroo thing that acts as the team bus. It's she's weird.
Yeah. Feels like a little kind of an odd Disney inspiration
Yeah.
in her design. Which, I mean, kind of makes sense. Sonic has the Mickey Mouse inspiration, but it's a different design philosophy, you know?
Yeah.
Is she still able to detect lies?
No.
Why not? She could do that out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All right. We have one last request from Heroes Squad. Can you fully sing the amazing DK rap from DK64? Kyle can join in too and put his hands together if he knows the words and wants to clap. Take you through this Bumble rap.
This was a super chat, right? We're obligated to do this one.
Yes. I mean, you can say that you don't want to, but
All right. If I must go through the DK rap, I'm not going to attempt to rap. That's going to be cringe enough as it is. I'm not going to sing it. There's not really much of a song. So what I will do is full on Shatner spoken word, the DK rap.
Okay. If that's the way you want to do it. BK.
Here
BumbleKing.
we go. So they're finally here, performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you want to clap as we take you through this monkey rap. DK, Donkey Kong. He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. His coconut gun can fire in spurts. If it shoots you, it's gonna hurt. He's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the
The
DK,
DK crew.
DK, Donkey Kong. DK, Donkey Kong is here. This Kyle's got this Kyle's got.
I have no style, but I have a funny
This
face.
Kong's got style. So listen up, dudes. She can shrink in size to suit her mood. She's quick and nimble when she needs to be. She can float through the air and climb up trees. If you choose her, you'll not choose wrong. With a skip and a hop, she is one cool Kong. DK, Donkey Kong. He has no style. He has no grace. This Kong has a funny face. He can handstand when he needs to and stretch his arms just for you. Inflate himself just like a balloon. This crazy Kong just digs this tune. DK, Donkey Kong. DK, Donkey Kong is here. He's back again, and about time, too. And this time he is in the mood. He can fly real high with his jetpack on. With pistols out, he is one tough Kong. He will make you smile when he plays his tune. But Kremlings, beware, because he's after you. DK, Donkey Kong. Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew. This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can make Kremlings cry out for their mummy. Can pick up a boulder with relative ease, make crushing rocks seem like such a breeze. He can move slow. He can jump high. He may move slow. He can't jump high. But this Kong is one hell of a guy. Come on, Cranky. Take it to the fridge. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh, yeah. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells.
Oh, yeah. Bravo. Thank you for that. Amazing.
Thank you, Jennifer
that
R. and Professor Rye, for getting through all of this with us. Thank you to everyone who asked your questions, especially those of you who supported the show with your generous super chats. You are greatly appreciated. Kyle, is there anything else before we wrap us up?
No, I just want to say that was true poetry right there. Beautiful, incredible. That is a work. That is a work of art worthy of this show.
You know what? You're right. It is definitely worthy of this show. It's going to wrap us up for this live session of the BumbleKast. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
See you later. I do have a funny face.